Bhaktivedānta Nārāyaṇa Gosvāmī Mahārāja Śrīla Gurudev ki jai. Nitila Pravishtam Vishnupāya Rashatarashatashmar Bhaktivedānta Mahārāja ki jai. Nitila Pravishtam Vishnupāya Rashatarashatashmar Bhaktivedānta Swami Mahārāja Śrīla Prabhupada ki jai. Nitila Pravishtam Vishnupāya Rashatarashatashmar Bhaktivedānta Saraswati Gosvāmī Prabhupada ki jai. Nitila Pravishta Mahābhagavat Śrīla Gokṣaras Babaji Mahārāja ki jai. Nitila Pravishta Śrīla Satchidananda Bhaktivinoda Ṭhākura ki jai. Nitila Pravishta Vaishnava Sarvabhauma Śrīla Jagannath Das Babaji Mahārāja ki jai. Śrī Rupano Gauriya Guru Varga ki jai. Śrī Rupa Sanatan Bhatta Raghunath Śrī Jeev Gopala Pada Das Raghunath Śrāda Gosvāmī Prabhu ki jai. Śrī Swarup Damodara Rai Ramanandari Śrī Gaur Parshada Vrinda ki jai. Namacharya Śrīla Haridas Ṭhākura ki jai. प्रेम से कहो श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्री वासरी गौर भक्त वृंद की श्री क्षेत्र मंडल गौर मंडल ब्रज मंडल मथुरा वृंदावन धाम की जय। सर्व अभिष्ट विराट गिरिराज महाराज की जय। श्री राधा कुंद श्याम कुंद की जय। श्री मुनि देवी गंगा देवी की जय। श्री तुलसी महारानी वृंद देवी की जय। भक्ति देवी की जय। Śrī Navadvīpa-dhāma ki jai. Sorry guys. Śrī Navadvīpa-dhāma-māhātmya ki jai. Śrīla Satchidananda Bhaktivinoda Ṭhākura ki jai. Śrī Jiva Gosvāmī Pad ki jai. Śrīmad Nityananda Prabhu ki jai. Śrī Saparshad Śrī Gaur Hari ki jai. Ananta Koti Vaishnava Vrinda ki jai. Śrī Harinam Sankirtan ki jai. Ananta Koti Vaishnava Vrinda ki jai. Samagata Gaur Bhakta Vrinda ki jai. Shinitai Gaur Premanande Hari Hari Bo. 1 second, guys. I'm sorry. We just now posted the 5th part of the gift of Śrī Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Yeah, and so sorry, so Vaijanti Mala was just sending me messages, and I was just, yeah, I was just seeing what is up. All right, so sorry that we started a bit late today. It was because of this. I'll show you right now. Actually, let me just share my screen. Oh, and let me just quickly send on our group here, Daily Bhagavatam. All right. Yeah, so you can see I just posted it on Facebook, 5th part of the gift of Śrī Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Oh, and let me update this website. Publish. All right. Okay. Now, sorry guys, I started the video a little bit too early because I was so late. I kind of panicked. But the file is here. Here it is. Yeah. So when you get a chance, check it out. Adjust text. Okay, so sorry guys, it's yeah. Today we are going on darshan in Koladvip. All right, that's where I am right now. Jaya Jaya Shri Chaitanya. Jaya. Wait, let me just see who's all here first before I start. Dandavat Pranams, Rup Manjari Didi, Hari Priya Didi, Madhavi Didi, Ganga Didi, Gargaraji, Kishore Prabhu, and Hari Priya Didi. Dandavat Pranams, everybody. Alright, so let's start. Jaya Jaya Shri Chaitanya, Jaya Nityananda, Jaya Dvaita Shivasadi, Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. All glories to Shri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. All glories to Shri Nityananda Prabhu. All glories to Shri Advaita Acharya Prabhu. All glories to Srivas and the other devotees of Shri Gaur. Oh, and I'm just checking the mic is okay. Oops. Okay. Jaya Jaya Gaura Bhumi Sarva Bhumi Sar Jatha Nama Saha Shri Chaitanya Avatar. All glories to Shri Gaur Bhumi, the essence of all other holy places. Shri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has descended here together with the holy name of Shri Hari. Panchaveni. Nityananda Prabhu Bole Shuno Sarvajan Panchaveni Rupe Ganga Hetaya Milan. Shri Nityananda Prabhu said, "Everyone listen. This is Panchaveni, where 5 rivers join with the Ganga. Mandakini Alaka Sahita Bhagirati Gupta Bhave Hetaya Achena Saraswati." The Bhagirati, Ganga, converges here with Mandakini and Alakananda. River Saraswati flows here sealed way. Paschime Yamuna Saha Aise Bhogavati Tahate Manasa Ganga Mahavegavati. The Yamuna comes from the western side together with the Bhogavati, and with them is Manasa Ganga flowing with a strong current. That's interesting, Manasa Ganga. Panchaveni, the place of Prayagraj and Śrī Navadvīpa. Sorry, guys. Maha Prayaga Boli Yarishi Gane Koti Koti Yagya Heta Koilo Brahmasane. The sages call this place Maha Prayag because here they performed millions upon sacrifices together with Lord Brahma. Another name of Panchaveni is Brahmasatra. Brahmasatra sthana e mahima apar etasnana korile janama nahe ar. The glory of this place, known as Brahmasatra, is incomparable. By taking bath here, one will never have to take birth again. Ihara mahiva varni bare pare Shushka dhara samakona tirtha hoite nare. Oops, I forgot to turn on track changes. Okay. Who can describe the glory of this place? All the other holy places are like dried up rivers in comparison. And there's a footnote here. A dry river has no value. Similarly, other places are without potency compared to this place. Jale stale antarikshe tyajiya jivan sarva jiva paishi goloka vrindavan. Anyone who leaves his body in the water, on the land, or in the air of this place will attain Shri Goloka Vrindavan. Kuliya Pahar, that's Koladip. Kuliya, so that's where we are now. That's where our mat is. Kuliya Pahara Boli Kyata Estan Ganga Tire Ucha Bhumi Parvata Saman. This place on the banks of the Ganga is renowned as Kulia Pahar because it resembles a mountain. Koladvipa-nama-share achaya varnan satyayugata eka shuno sarvajan. In the scriptures, this place is called Śrī Koladvīpa. Please hear a narration about this place dating back from Satya Yuga. The story of Śrī Vasudeva-Vipra, a devotee of Koladev, Lord Varaha. Vasudeva name eka brahmana kumar Varaha devera seva kore bar bar. There once was a Brahmin boy named Vasudeva who always used to serve Śrī Varahadev. The worship of the deity approved in the scriptures. Śrī Varaha murti puji kore upasana sarvada Varahadeve koraya prarthana. Prabhu more kripa kori deho darashan safala ho kamora nayana jivan. Daily, after his worship of the Śrī Varaha deity, Vasudeva would pray to him, "O Prabhu, please be merciful to me. Give me your darshan, and thus make my eyes and life successful." E boli kande vipra gada gari jai Prabhu nahi dekha dile jivana vritai. Praying like this, the Brahmin boy cried and rolled in the dust of that place, thinking, "If my Lord does not give me his darshan, my life will go in vain." Vasudeva attains the darshan of Śrī Koladev. Koto dina Śrī Varaha anukampa kori dekha dila Vasudeve kola rupa dhori. After some days, Śrī Varahadev mercifully revealed himself in his form of Koladev. Description of Śrī Koladev's form. Nana ratna bhushane bhushita kalevar padagriva nasamukha chakshu manohar. Śrī Varahadev's divine form was decorated with many jewel-studded ornaments. His lotus feet, neck, nose, face, eyes, and all other bodily parts were enchanting to the mind. Pavata samana ucha sharira tahar dekhi vipra nije dhanya mane bar bar. His divine body was as tall as a mountain. Upon seeing the Lord, the Vipra considered himself greatly fortunate. Vasudeva Vipra's obeisances at the lotus feet of Lord Koladev. Bhume pari Vipra prana miya prabhupai Kandiya akula hoilo gara gari jai. The Brahmin boy fell to the ground. Restless, he rolled in the dust of Śrī Koladev's lotus feet and began to cry. Śrī Koladev instructs Vasudeva Vipra. Viprera bhakati dekhi varaha thakon kohilena Vasudeve madhura vachan. O he Vasudeva tumi bhakata amar bora tushta hoino puja paya tomar. Seeing the devotion of the Brahmin boy, Śrī Varahadev spoke the following sweet words. O Vasudeva, you are my devotee. I am very satisfied with your worship. E Navadvīpe mor prakata vihar kali agamane habe shuno vakya sar. At the beginning of Kali Yuga, I will display my pastimes here in Śrī Navadvīpa. Listen carefully to my words. Navadvīpa samadhama nahe tribhuvane ati priya dhama mora ache sangopane. There is no place in the three worlds equal to Śrī Navadvīpa-dhāma. Even though this abode is very dear to me, it now remains hidden. Brahmavarta saha ache punya tirtha jata se saba achaye heta shastrera samata. It is also the verdict of all scriptures that Brahmavarta and all other holy places are present here. The place where Hiranyaksha was killed. Jayastane Brahmaryage Prakasha Hoya Nashilama Hiranyaksha Dante Vidariya Shestana Punya Bhumi E Stane Roy Jathai Amara Ebe Hoilo Udoy. When I appeared in Brahma's sacrifice, I killed Hiranyaksha by tearing his body with my tusk. I have now appeared before you at that place, in this same pious land. By residing in Navadvīpa, it is possible to simultaneously reside in all tirthas. Navadvīpa sevi sarva tirtha virajay Navadvīpa vase sarva tirtha vasa hoy. All the holy places are present here to serve Śrī Navadvīpa. By residing in Śrī Navadvīpa, one resides in all other holy places. Śrī Koladev gives a boon to Vasudeva Vipra. Dhanya tumi Navadvīpe sevile amai Śrī Gora prakata kale janmi behetai. You are fortunate because you have served me here in Navadvīpa. You will also take birth here at the time of Śrī Gaur Hari's manifest pastimes. Anayase dekhibe se mahasankirtan apurva gauranga rupa pabe darashan. You will easily behold Mahasankirtan as well as Śrī Gauranga Mahaprabhu's unprecedented form. Sorry, guys. Etto boli Shivaraha hoy antardhyan dvavani hoylo vipre bhujite sandhan. Saying this, Śrī Varahadev disappeared from there. Just then, the Vipra heard an aerial voice saying, "Please scrutinize scriptural evidences to properly understand the true nature of Śrīman Mahaprabhu." Śrī Vasudeva Vipra finds mention of Śrī Gauranga Mahaprabhu in the scriptures. Parama Pandita Vasudeva Mahashai Sarva Shastra Vichariya Jani Ho Nishchay Vaivasvata Manvantare Kaliras Sandhyay Śrī Gauranga Prabhu Lila Habeni Nadiyai. Vasudev was a great scholar. Therefore, after carefully contemplating what was written in the scriptures, he concluded that at the beginning of Kali Yuga, during the reign of Vaivasvata Manu, Śrī Gauranga Mahaprabhu would manifest his pastimes in Śrī Navadvīpa. Rishi Gana She Tattva Rakhilo Gopane Ingiter Kohilo Saba Bhuvigya Jane. He thought, in the scriptures, the sages have indicated this tattva in a hidden way. Only an intelligent person can understand this tattva. Prakata hoile lila hoibe prakash ebe gopya e tattva pailo abhas. When Śrīman Mahaprabhu's pastimes manifest, this tattva will also be revealed. For now, however, it should be kept a secret. In this way, the Brahmin boy got a hint of that secret truth. Parama Anande Vipra Kore Sankirtan Gora Nama Gai Mane Mane Sarva Khan. So he was in on the Lord's little secret. In great ecstasy, the Brahmin boy Sankirtan and continuously sang the name of Śrī Gaur Hari in his mind. The reason for the name Koladvīpa. Parvata Pramana Kola Devera Sharir Dekhi Vasudeva Mane Vicharilo Dhir Koladvīpa Parvatakya E Stana Hoy Se Hoite Parvatakya Hoilo Parichoy. When he beheld the mountain-like divine form of Koladev, the intelligent Vasudev thought, surely this place is the mountain-like Koladvīpa, as described in the scriptures. From that time, everyone began to call this place Koladvīpa Parvat. There's a footnote here. Kola means boar, and Parvat means mountain. Koladip is Vraja's Giriraj Govardhan, who fulfills all desires. O he jiva nitya lila maya vrindavane, Giri Govardhana e jane bhakta jane. Śrī Nityananda Prabhu said, O Jiva, the devotees know this place as Giriraj Govardhan in Sri Vrindavan, the place of eternal transcendental pastimes. Shri Bahulavan of Vraj lies in the north of Koladip. Shri Bahulavana dekho ihara uttare, Rupera chataya sarva dika shobha kore. Please take darshan of Shri Bahulavan, situated to the north of this place. Just see the splendor of Bahulavan. Just see the splendor of Bahulavan shines in all directions. In Navadvīpa, the order of Vraja's 12 forests is inversed. Vrindavane je krame dadashakana, Shekrama ohe taya avalab nandan. Shekrama nahi koheta valabanandan. Okay. O son of Vallabh, here the sequence of the 12 forests of Vrindavan is not the same. Prabhu icha mate hita krama viparyaya, ihara tatparya jane Prabhu icha mai. It is only according to the wish of Sriman Mahaprabhu that the sequence here is not the same. Only the Lord himself, who does as he pleases, knows the reason for this. Jai Rupa Asheheta Deko Shai Rupa Viparyaye Prema Vriddhi E Aparupa. One should have darshan of these places according to the way they are situated here. This inversion increases prem in a way that is unprecedented. What a mystery, huh? Shri Samudragar. Kichu duragiya Prabhu bolena vachan, Eje Samudragari koro darashan. Having gone a little further, Śrī Nityananda Prabhu said, O Jiva, behold this place known as Samudraghar, Dwarkapuri and Śrī Gangasagar and Śrī Navadvīpa-dhāma. Shakshat Dwarakapuri, Śrī Gangasagar, Shakshat Dwarakapuri, Śrī Gangasagar, Dui Tirtha Acheheta Dekho Vigyavar. O most learned one, the two holy places Dwarkapuri and Gangasagar are both directly present here. The story explaining how Dwarkapuri is situated in Śrī Samudragar. The identity of King Samudrasen is in Śrī Samudragar. Okay. Śrī Samudrasena Raja Chilo Esthane, Boro Krishna Bhakta Krishna Bina Nahi Jane. One king named Śrī Samudrasen reigned here. He was a great devotee of Śrī Krishna. Apart from Lord Śrī Krishna, he did not know anything else. Bhima, the son of Pandu, arrives in Samudragar at the time of the world's conquest. Jobe Bhima Sena ailo nija sainya loye, gheri lo Samudragari bangadik vijaye. Raja Krishna eka Pandavera gati, Pandava vipade poile, it should be pile. I say Jadupati. At the time of the Pandavas' world conquest, Bhimasena came here and besieged Samudragar with the might of his army. At that time, King Samudrasen thought, Śrī Krishna is the only master and the exclusive shelter of the Pandavas. If ever they get into danger, Shri Krishna, the Lord of the Yadus, will immediately hasten to save them. King Shri Samudrasen's thought. Jadi ami pari bhime deite bhai, bhima artha nade hari, habe dayamoy. If I could somehow make Bhima fearful, he will call out in distress to Shri Krishna. Hearing his cry, Shri Hari will certainly bestow mercy upon him. Daya kori asibena e dasera deshe, dekhibe she shamamurti chakshe anayase. Shri Krishna will then mercifully descend to Samudragar, the place of his servant, and I will easily be able to see his darkish blue form. Eto bhabi nija sanya sajailo rai Ganga. I'm gonna make this Ganga baji padatika loye jude jai. Just keep it Y there. King like this, the king fully equipped his army and with elephants, horses, and foot soldiers set out for battle. Bhima becomes afraid of King Samudrasen's arrows. So probably like one of the first time Bhima was ever afraid of a king. Shri Krishna smariya raja bana nikshepai, bane jara jara bhima pailo boro bhai. The king remembered Shri Krishna and began to shoot his arrows. Afflicted by them, Bhima became much afraid. Shri Bhimasen, who knows the mantra Avashya Rakshive Krishna, Shri Krishna will certainly protect me, prays to Shri Krishna's divine feet. Mane mane dake Krishna vipada dekhiya, rakha koro bhime nata Shri charanaya, samudra senera saha bhujite na pari, bhanga dile boro laja taha sahite nari. Seeing the impending catastrophe, within his mind, Bhima called out to Shri Krishna, "O Shri Krishna, O my Lord, please protect this servant of yours by giving him shelter at your lotus feet. I am not able to endure this fight with Samudrasen. If I am defeated, it will be a matter of great shame, and I will not be able to tolerate that humiliation." Pandavera nata Krishna pae parajay, boroi lajara kata ohe doyamoy. O Lord of the Pandavas, Shri Krishna, O merciful one, it is very shameful to be defeated. Lord Shri Krishna appears on the battlefield in response to Shri Bhima's call. Bhima karuna nada shuni dayamoy, she yudastale Krishna hoilo udoy, na dekhe she rupa ke ho apurva ghatana, Shri Samudra Sena matra dekhe eka jana. An astonishing incident then took place. Although the merciful Shri Krishna appeared immediately on the battlefield upon hearing Bhima's pitiful call, no one except Shri Samudra Sen could see him. King Shri Samudra Sen's darshan of Shri Krishna's divine form. Nava jala dhara rupa kaishora murati, gale dole vanamala mukatara bhati. Shri Samudra Sen saw the youthful Shri Krishna, whose bodily resembled that of a fresh rain cloud. The garland of forest flowers around Shri Krishna's neck shone like a pearl. Sarva ange alankara atishu shobhan, pitavastra paridhana apurva gatana. His entire body was beautifully decorated with ornaments. He was dressed in yellow garments, and his bodily form was incomparably beautiful. King Samudra Sen prays to Lord Shri Krishna. She rupa dekhiya raja prema murcha jai, murcha samvariya Krishna prarthana janai. Tumi Krishna Jagannatha Patita Pavan Patita Dekhiya More Tavayagaman. When the king saw Shri Krishna's beauty, he fell swooning with prema. When he regained his consciousness, he prayed, "O Shri Krishna, you are the Lord of the universe, the savior of the fallen. Seeing my fallen condition, you have come to this place. Tava lila jagajana karaya kirtan shuni dekhi bara icha hoilo thokon." The people of the entire world sing of your pastimes. Having heard your glories from them, I also developed a desire to see you. King Sri Samudra Sen's resolution. Kintu mora vrata chilo ohe doyamoy e Navadvīpe tava hoibe udoy hetaya dekhava rupa manohar Nadi Navadvīpa-chari bare na hoy antar. O merciful one, I was in a great dilemma because I did not want to leave Śrī Navadvīpa to go elsewhere, but I also had a strong desire to see your captivating form. Therefore, I vowed that I would get your darshan when you appear here in Śrī Navadvīpa. King Sri Sumene's secret desire. Shevrata rakamora kori dayamoy Navadvipe Krishna rupe hoile udoy Tatapi amara icha ati guratar Gauranga honamora akira gochar. O merciful one, although to fulfill my vow you have now before me in Śrī Navadvīpa as Shri Krishna, I have yet another hidden desire. Please appear before me as Shri Gauranga Mahaprabhu. Bhakta Vatsal Shri Krishna fulfills the king's desire. Dekhite Raja Samukhe Dekhilo Radha Krishna Lila Rupa Madhurya Atulo. Just then the king saw before him the unparalleled sweetness of Radha Krishna's pastimes. Shri Kumura Vane Krishna Saki Gana Sane Aparane Kore Lila Giya Go Charane. He saw that while grazing the cows, Shri Krishna had come to Shri Kumuravan he saw that Shri Krishna had come to Shri Kumuravan in the afternoon, where he then performed pastimes with the Sakis. Shri Samudra Sen attains the darshan of Shri Gaur Hari and his associates. Kshanike hoilo she lila darshan. Shri Gauranga Rupa Here Bhoriya Nayan. It needs an E in there. I need to check this because otherwise there's not enough syllables. Maha Sankirtana Vesha Sange Bhaktagan Nachiya Prabhu Korena Kirtan. After a while, the king's vision of that pastime disappeared. Oh. One second. Okay. Sorry guys, I just need to fix one thing. I'll find it later on. Okay, so after a while, the king's vision of that pastime disappeared, and he now saw Shri Gauranga Mahaprabhu absorbed in Sankirtan with his associates. They were dancing and chanting, filled with ecstatic emotion. Purata Sundara Kanti Ati Manohar Nayana Matai Ati Kampaya Antar. His radiant glory enchanted the mind and maddened the eyes, and it caused an upheaval in the heart. Sorry, guys. Shri Samudra Sen prays to Shri Gaur Hari. She Rupa Heri Raja Nije Danya Mane Bahustava Kore Tabe Gauranga Charane. After seeing Shri Gauranga Mahaprabhu's beauty, the king considered himself very fortunate. He offered many kinds of glorification at the Lord's lotus feet. Kotokhane she shakala hoilo adarshan kandite lagilo raja hoy anyaman. After a few moments, this pastime disappeared, and feeling unhappy, the king began to weep. Pandu's son Shri Bhimasen exhibits his valor. Bhimasena e parva na dekhe nayane bhave raja yude bhita hoilo eta khane. Because Shri Bhimsen was unable to see all these pastimes, he thought that maybe the king was afraid to fight. The king accepts his defeat voluntarily. Atyanta vikrama kore pandura nandan raja tushta hoye koro jache toto khan. Thinking in this way, Bhima, the son of Pandu, exhibited increased strength. King Samudrasen, however, was now satisfied and just prayed to accept his tribute. Koropeye Bhima Sena Anyastane Jai Bhima Digvijay Sarva Jagate Te Gai. After accepting the tribute, Shri Bhimsen left for other places. The entire world says that Shri Bhimasen emerged victorious and thus sings his glories. And on this topic, Śrīla, every year on Gopinath, it's like a tradition almost. Śrīla, my Śrīla Gurudev and Śrīla Trivikram Gosvāmī Maharaj would get in an argument over this. Who is actually the one who is victorious? Who's the one who's superior in this case? And so my Gurudev would always fight on the side of Samudra Sen, and Śrīla Trivikram Gosvāmī Maharaj would argue on this Bhimasen. Eshe samudra Śrī Navadvīpa-sīma Brahma nahi jane e stanera mahima. Shri Nityananda Prabhu said, O Jiva, this divine pastime took place right here at Samudrakar, which is situated on the southern border of Śrī Navadvīpa. Even Lord Brahma does not know the glory of this place. The presence of Ganga Sagar and Śrī Samudrakar. Samudra asya heta janavi ashraye Prabhupada seva kore bhakta bhava loye. The ocean comes here to take shelter of Śrī Janavi and worships the lotus feet of Śrīman Mahaprabhu in the mood of a devotee. The conversation between the ocean and Janavi Śrī Ganga. Janavi bolena sindhu atupadine tavatire prabhu mora rohibe vipine. One day, Janavi told the ocean, O ocean, very soon my Lord will stay on your shore at Jagannath Puri. Sindhu bole shuno devi amara bachan Navadvipa nahi chade shachira nandan. The ocean replied, Please listen to me, O Devi. The son of Mother Shachi never leaves Śrī Navadvīpa-dhāma. Jadapi yo kichu dina rahe mama tire apratyakshe rahe tabu nadhiya bhitare. I don't know. be consistent. Oh God, I'm gonna, because that looks weird. Although he will stay for a while on my shore, in his real form he will remain Navadvīpa. He will remain in Navadvīpa. Nitya Dhama Navadvīpa Prabhu Rahetai Prakata o Aprakata Lila Vede Gai. Śrī Navadvīpa is the eternal abode of Śrīmad Mahaprabhu. The Vedas glorify both the manifest and unmanifest pastimes of this place. The ocean prays to Śrī Ganga. He tatavashaye amira hibo sundari sevibo Śrī Navadvīpe Śrī Gauranga Hari. O beautiful one, I will stay here under your shelter and serve Śrī Gaur Hari in Śrī Navadvīpa. Ei boli payo nidhi Navadvīpe roy Gaurangera nitya lila satata chintai. Speaking thus, the ocean began in Śrī Navadvīpa. He meditated upon the eternal pastimes of Śrī Gaur Hari day and night. Now we begin. We go to Śrī Champakhata. Sorry. Let me just check everything's running okay. Dandavat pranams, Rohit Radhakrishnan ji. And Niri Hari Prabhu, Dandavat pranams. And if Bhavatarani Mataji is there, Dandavat pranams to her also. And Prajumna Prabhu, Mantramurti Mataji. Okay, cool. All right, Prajumna Prabhu. Okay, so let's now go to Śrī Champakhata, the place of Śrī Dvijavaninath. Tabe Nityananda Aila Champahata Gram Vaninata Grihe Tata Korilo Vishram. From Samudragad, Śrī Nityananda Prabhu proceeded to Champakhata and took rest in Dvijavaninath's house. Śrī Champakhata is Vraja's Kadirvan. Aparane Champahata Karaya Brahman Nityananda Bole Shuno Vallabhanandan. E sthane chila purve Champaka kanan Khadiravanera angsha sundara darshan. In the afternoon, while touring Champakhata, Śrī Nityananda Prabhu said, "Listen, O son of Vallabh, Śrī Jiva. Previously there was a grove of champak flowers here. This place is a part of Kadirvan of Vraj and appears most beautiful. Champakalata saki nitya champaka loya alaganti radha krishne sevitena giya." Champakalata Saki daily used to pick champak flowers here and string them into garlands. She used the garlands in the service of Sri Radha Krishna. The reason for the name Śrī Champakhata. Kali vriddhi hoile she champaka kanane mali gana phula loya ati hrishtamane. As the age of Kali progressed, gardeners came to this champak forest and collected flowers to their full satisfaction. Hatta kori champaka kusuma loye bosi vikraya karai loya jata grama vasi. They set up a market, a hatta here, and began to sell champak flowers, and the people living in nearby villages began buying from them. Another name of Śrī Champakhata is Champahati. She hoite Śrī Champakhata hoilo naam Champahati sabe bole manohara dham. Since then, this place has been known as Śrī Champakhata. The common name for this charming place is Champahati. And I think now it's called Amtala. The history of how the crest jewel of poets, Śrī Jayadev Gosvāmī, came to reside in Śrī Champakhata. Jai Kale Lakshmana Diya Raja Jaya Deva Navadvipe Hanatar Praja. When Sri Lakshman Sen was the king of Nadia, Sri Jayadev, the crest jewel of poets, resided in Navadvip as his subject. Sri Jayadev's Sri Jayadev first resided at Balal Dirghika. Balala Dirghika le Bandiya Kutir Parmasaha Vaise Tata Jayadeva Dhir. Sri Jayadev, whose mind was fixed and peaceful, built a cottage on the banks of Balal Dirghika and lived there with his wife Parma. Dasha-avatar Stotra was composed at Balal Dirghika. Dasha-avatarastava rachilo tathai Shestava Lakshmanera haste kujai. While living there, he composed the hymn named Dasha-avatar. At some point, that hymn came into the hands of King Lakshman Sen. King Lakshman Sen recites the Dasha-avatara Stotra. Parama anandistava korilo patan Jigyasila raja stava koilo konjan. The king recited the hymn with great pleasure, and after the recitation, he inquired from his ministers about who had written this hymn. Govardhana acharya rare tabe koi Mahakavi Jayadeva rachayita hoy. Govardhan Acharya, who was present in the assembly, replied, "The great poet Jayadev is the author." Kota Jayadeva kavi jigyase bhupati Govardhana bole e Navadvipa sthiti. The king asked where the poet Jayadev lived. Govardhan replied that he lived right here in Navadvip. King Lakshman Sen, dressed as a renunciate, searches for Sri Jayadev. Gopane Raja Koriya Sandhan Ratra Yoge Ailo Tabe Jayadeva Stan Vaishnava Veshete Raja Kutire Praveshe Jayadeve Nati Kori Boise Ekadeshe. Hearing this, the king secretly found out where Sri Jayadev lived. At night, the king disguised himself as a Vaishnav and came to Sri Jayadev's cottage. He paid his respects and sat down to one side. Jayadeva jani bhupati e jan Vaishnava veshete ailo hoye akinchan. Jayadev understood that the king had come dressed as a poor Vaishnava. King Lakshman Sen requests his request to Sri Jayadev. Alpakhane raja tabe deya parichay Jayadeva jate jaite apana alai. After a short time, the king revealed his identity. He begged Jayadev to come to his palace. The devotee of Sri Krishna, Sri Jayadev, unattached to worldly objects, refuses. Atyanta virakta Jayadeva mahamati Vishayi grihete jete na pare samati. But the highly intelligent Jayadev was completely without material attachments, and therefore he did not agree to go to the household of the materialist. Krishna bhakta Jayadeva bolilo tokon Tava desha chari ami kori bogaman. Sri Jayadev, a one-pointed devotee of Sri Krishna, said, "If you persist like this, I will leave your kingdom and go elsewhere." The poet Sri Jayadev's instruction... Oh, sorry. Okay. One second. Okay. The poet Sri Jayadev's instruction to give up bad association. Vishaya sangsarga kabu na de mangal Ganga par hoye jabo jatan nilachal. Association with I put the wrong chair. Association with materialists never brings any auspiciousness. I will cross the Ganga and go to Nilachal. King Lakshman Sen, a devotee of Krishna and possessing the four qualities of humility, mercy, respect for others, and freedom from false prestige, prays to the poet Śrī Jayadev. Raja bole shuno prabhu, amara vachan, Navadvīpa-dhāma nahi, koro kadachan. The king said, O Prabhu, please heal my words. Please be merciful and do not leave Śrī Navadvīpa. Tava vakya satya habe, mora icha rabe, heno karya koro deva, mora kripa jabe. O Lord, please have mercy upon me. Kindly make arrangements by which your words come true and my desires be fulfilled. Prayer to reside in Champakhata. Ganga pare Champakhata sthana manohar, se sthane thako tumi du eka vatsar. Sorry guys, all of a sudden I'm getting tired. Across the Ganga, there is an enchanting place called Champakhata. Please stay there at least for 1 or 2 years. Should it be 4 or 2 years? Please stay there for at least 1 or 2 years. Oh, it doesn't even, at least in the Bengali, but anyways, I'll just add it here. Mama icha mate ami tatta na jaibo, tava icha hole tava charana heribo. I will not come there of my own accord. Only if you wish me to come will I go there and take darshan of your lotus feet. After hearing the king's humble prayers, the poet Śrī Jayadev praises him. Raja ravachana shuni mahakavivar, sammata hoiya bole vachana satvar, yadyapi vishaya tumi, e raja tomar Krishna bhakta tumi tava nahi ko sangsar. After hearing the words of the king, the great poet Jayadev agreed and immediately said, although you are a materialist, a king, and this kingdom is yours, you are a devotee of Krishna, and you are not bound by the shackles of the material world. Pariksha korite ami vishayi bolia, sampashinu tabu tumi sahile shuniya. I called you a materialist only to test you, and you tolerated my words, even though you are a king. The inherent qualities of a devotee of Sri Krishna. Ataeva jani lama tumi Krishna bhakta, vishaya loiya pira hoy anasakta. I have therefore understood that you are a pure devotee of Krishna. Although you are surrounded by worldly enjoyment, you are fully detached. Śrī Jayadev, who is likened to a desire tree, agrees to reside in Champakhata. Champakhate ami kichu din rabo, gopane asibe tumi chariya vaibhava. I live in Champakhata for some time. I will live in Champakhata for some time. You can come secretly to see me, leaving behind your royal opulence. Sorry guys, I fell asleep. Let me sit up. Actually, let me stand up. That's better. Second. I didn't sleep much last night. That's why I'm feeling a bit sleepy. Okay. 1 second. I will live in Champakhaṭa for some time. You can come secretly to see me, leaving behind your royal opulence. Hrishta chitta hoye raja atmya dvarai amatya dvayai. Sorry. Champakhaṭe te griha nirmana korai. What's amatya? Anyways, I looked that. The joyful king. Oh, sorry. 1 second. The joyful king ordered his ministers to have a suitable house constructed for Śrī Jayadev in Champakhaṭa. The poet Jayadev worshipped Śrī Krishna according to Rag Marg. Tatta Jayadeva kavi rahe dina koto Śrī Krishna bhajana kore raga marga mata. The poet Śrī Jayadev stayed in that place for some time and performed Krishna bhajan according to the process of spontaneous devotion to Śrī Krishna, Rag Marg. Parmavati Devi ane champakera bhar Jayadeva puje Krishna nandera kumar. Śrī Padmavati Devi would pick and bring many champak flowers, which Śrī Jayadev would use to worship Śrī Krishna, the son of Nanda Mahārāja. Because of his loving service, Śrī Jayadev received Śrī Krishna's darshan in his form of Śrī Gaur. Mahapreme Jayadeve koraya pujan Dekhilo Śrī Krishna hoilo champaka varan. Śrī Jayadev's worship was full of prem. One day he noticed that Śrī Krishna's complexion resembled that of a champak flower. Purata sundara kanti ati manohar koti chandra nindi mukha parama sundar. His beautiful complexion of molten gold was very charming, and his extremely beautiful lotus face even put to shame the beauty of millions upon millions of moons. Chanchara chikura shobe gale phula mala dirga bahu rupe alo kore parna shala. His curly and a flower garland decorated his neck. His arms were long, and the splendor of his form illuminated Śrī Jayadev's leaf-thatched hut. Śrī Jayadev and Padmavati fall unconscious. Dekhiya Gauranga Rupa Mahakavivara Premi Murcha Jaya Choke Ashru Jhara Jhara. Need to fix the other murcha. I'm used to singing it with 2 C's, but we need to be consistent. Oh, whoops. I meant to do this. I'll do this later. Sorry, guys. No, I'm going to do it now. There. Okay. There. Otherwise, I might forget to do it later on. So thanks for being patient. Seeing the form of Śrī Gauranga, the best of great poets swooned, overwhelmed with prem, and tears began to flow from his eyes. Parmavati Devi she rupani rakhiya hoilo chaitanya hina bhumete podiya. Śrī Parmavati Devi lost consciousness on beholding that form of the Lord and fell to the ground. Śrīmad Mahaprabhu's blessings to them both. Parmahasta diya Prabhu tole dui jane kripa kori bole tabe amiya vachane. Śrīmad Mahaprabhu lifted both of them up with his lotus hands and mercifully spoke to the following sweet words. Tumi dohe mama bhakta parama udar darshan dite icha hoy Darshana dite icha hoilo amar. You are both my devotees and of noble nature. Therefore, I desire to give you my darshan. Srimad Mahaprabhu indicates his future descent. Ati alpadine e nadia nagare janamalo iboyami shachira udare. Very soon I will take birth here in Nadia, in the womb of Mother Shachi. Sarva avatare rasa kala bhakta sane Shri Krishna kirtana bitari vo prema dhane. Along with the devotees from all of my incarnations, I will distribute the treasure of prem through the medium of Shri Krishna Sankirtan. Chobisha vatsare ami koriya sanyas koribo avasya nila chalete vas. At the age of 24, I will accept the renounced order of life, and then, without doubt, I will reside in Nilachal, Jagannath Puri. Tata bhakta gana sange mahaprema veshe Shri Gita Govinda Ashva Dibo Avasheshe. In Jagannath Puri, during the final stage of my manifest pastimes, I will, absorbed in prem, relish Shri Gita Govinda in the company of the devotees. Shri Jayadev's Shri Gita Govinda is extremely dear to Srimad Mahaprabhu. Tava virachita Gita Govinda Amar Atishaya Priya Vastu Kohilama Sar. O Jayadev, I am briefly revealing my heart to you when I say that I deeply cherish your composition Shri Gita Govinda. Srimad Mahaprabhu bestows his merciful blessings upon Shri Jayadev and Parvati. E Navadvīpa-dhāma-māhātmya Dehante asibe hita kohino nishchoy. The Śrī Navadvīpa-dhāma is supremely transcendental. After giving up these present bodies, you will definitely take birth here. Srimad Mahaprabhu, whose desires are independent, orders them both to go to Nilachal. Ebe tumi dohe jao jatta Nilachal Jagannate sevo giya. Jagannate sevo giya pabe prema phal. Now both of you should go to Nilachal and serve Lord Shri Jagannath. By this, you will certainly attain the fruit of prem. Eto boli go chandra hoil adarshan Prabhu ravi chede murcha hoy dui jan. Saying this, Shri Gaurachandra disappeared, and both of them fainted in separation from him. Their humble words after Srimad Mahaprabhu's disappearance. Murcha sheshe anargala kandite lagilo kandite saba nivedana koilo. Hai ki barupa mora dekinu nayane kemone bachibo ebe tara adarshane. When they came back to consciousness, they lamented, afflicted by separation from Srimad Mahaprabhu. Alas, alas, how can we remain alive without again beholding that form we once saw with our eyes? They became restless by Srimad Mahaprabhu's order. Nadia charite Prabhu keno agya kolo bhuji e dhami kichu aparada hoilo. Why did Srimad Mahaprabhu order us to leave Nadia? It seems like we have committed an offense to this dham. E Navadvīpa-dhāma paramachinmoy charite manasa ebe vikalita hoy. Śrī Navadvīpa-dhāma is supremely transcendental. If our minds become so disturbed just at the thoughts of leaving at this place, what will become of us when we actually leave? There's strong faith in Śrī Navadvīpa-dhāma. Bhalo hoito Navadvipe pashu pakhi hoye. Takitama chiradina dhamma chintaloye. Okay, it's not consistent. I'm making this an O. I'll check Bengali spelling though if they do that in modern Bengali spelling. We would rather leave our bodies than leave this dham. It would be better to become a bird or an animal in Śrī Navadvīpa and reside here eternally, absorbed in thoughts of the dham. Parana charite pari tabu e dham, charite na pari e gura manaskam. We can give up our lives, but we cannot give up the dham. This is our firm conviction. The request at Śrīmad Mahaprabhu's lotus feet. O he Prabhu Shri Gauranga Kripa Vitariya Rakho Amar Dohe Heta Shri Charana Diya. O Shri Gauranga Mahaprabhu, please be merciful to us and give us a place here at your lotus feet. The Lord's instructions through an aerial voice. Lite bolite dohe kande ucharai. Daiva vani she khane shuni bare pai. Lamenting in this way, they both began to cry loudly. Just then they heard an aerial voice. The aerial voice of the Lord consoles them. Dukha nahi koro dohe jao nilachal. Dui kata habe chitta na koro chanchal. Oops. Do not be unhappy. Go to Nilachal. By going there, you will achieve two things, so do not become restless. The fruit of desiring to go to Śrī Navadvīpa-Puri, even while staying in Śrī Navadvīpa. Kichu dina purve korile manas, Nilachale vasa kori kotoko divas. Some time ago, Some time ago, both of you were thinking of residing in Nilachal for some time. Is that it begins with some time and ends with some time? The Lord also desires to have darshan of his devotees. She vancha jagar bandhu purailo tava, Jagannatha chahe tava darshana sambhava. Shri Jagannath, the best friend of the inhabitants of the world, has fulfilled your desire, and he also wants to see you. Jagannathe tushi puna chariya sharir, Navadvipe dui jane nitya habe sthir. After pleasing Shri Jagannath, you both will give up your bodies, and in your next birth, you will again come to reside here in Navadvip. Shri Jayadev and Padmavati depart for Nilachal. Daiva vani shuni dohe chale tatakhan. Pache firi Navadvipa korena darshan. After hearing the aerial voice, they at once departed on their journey for Śrī Jagannath Puri, looking back again and again to behold Śrī Navadvip. Their prayer at the lotus feet of the residents of Navadvip. Chala chala kore nitra jaladhara bahe, Navadvipa vasi gane danya vakya kohe, Tomara kariya kripa e dui jane, Aparada koriyachi koro ho marjane. Their eyes overflowed with tears, and upon seeing the residents of Śrī Navadvip, they humbly said, all of you please be merciful to us and forgive the offenses we have committed. Ashtadala parma sama Navadvipa bhai, Dekite dekite dohe koto dure jai. They traveled very far, constantly looking back at Śrī Navadvīpa-dhāma, which is like an 8-petaled lotus flower. Dure giya Navadvipa nahi dekhe aar, Kandite khandite gora bhumi hoy par, Koto dine nilachale ponchiya dujane Jagannatha darshan koil Jagannatha darshan Jagannatha darshana koilo Hristamane. One second. Okay. They continued on until they could see Śrī Navadvīpa no more, weeping as they crossed the land of Goda. After some days, they arrived in Nilachal, where, with hearts full of joy, they had darshan of Bhagavan Śrī Jagannath. O he jiva e jaya devastana hoy, ucha bhumi matra ache vriddha loke koi. Śrī Nityananda Prabhu said, O Jiva, according to the elders of this place, this highlands is indeed Śrī Jayadev's place. Śrī Jiva Gosvāmī praised Śrī Nityananda Prabhu. Jayadeva stane deki Śrī Jiva thokon, premada gari jai koro erodan. Upon seeing the place of Śrī Jayadev, Jiva, out of prem, rolled in the dust and wept. Dhanya Jayadeva kavi, dhanya parmavati, Shri Gita Govinda Dhanya, Dhanya Krishna Rati. Shri Jiva said, Blessed is Shri Jayadev Kavi, blessed is Shri Padmavati Devi, blessed is Shri Gita Govinda, and blessed is the divine attachment, to Shri Krishna. Oh, I'll try to memorize this when we go in Parikramā. There, I can sing this if I'm leading kirtan. Jayadeva bhoga koilo je prema sindhu kripa kori deho more tar eka bindu. O Lord, Shri Jayadev attains the ocean of divine love. Please be merciful to me and let me taste just one drop of that ocean. Ek kata boli jiva dharani lotai Nityananda Shri Charane Gara Gari Jai. Saying this, Shri Jiva began to roll in the dust of Shri Nityananda Prabhu's lotus feet. Isn't it Gara Gari? She ratra sabera bani nata ghare Vangsha saha bani Nityananda seva kore. That night, they all stayed in Shri Vaninath's house. Together with all of his family, Shri Vaninath served Shri Nityananda Prabhu. The author praised his desired service. Nitai janava pada chaya ashajar Nadiya Mahatma Gai Akinchana Char. Desiring to attain the cooling shade of Shri Nityananda Prabhu's and Shri Janava Devi's lotus feet, this destitute and lowly Bhaktivinoda sings the glories of Nadia. Thus ends chapter 11. So tomorrow, we're going to be, where is it? Tomorrow we're going to be reading chapter 12 to 14. Same amount of pages as today. And, oops, page 24, 1 second. Yeah, so, yeah, see you all then. 1 second, I just noticed something. This is, see, look, it says, everyone listen. This is Panchaveni. Beware. There, okay. So when you get a chance, everybody, check out this, I'll send you the link. Where is it? Anyways, I'll send you the link. No, I'll send you the link now. here. Check out this, which we just posted. The gift of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Part 5, Our Appreciation. This is extra special, this part. I think this is my favorite out of all the 5 parts of the documentary. I'll share it here so that you guys can click on it. It's 18 minutes long. There. All right. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Nitai Gaur, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Nitai Gaur, Hari Bol, Nitai Gaur, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Nitai Gaur, Hari Bol. Jai Shri Sachinandan Gaur Hari Ki Jai, Shri Shri Radha Vinod Bihari Ju Ki Jai, Shri Govinda Gopinath Maran Mohan Ju Ki Jai, Srila Gurudev Ki Jai, Srila Param Gurudev Ki Jai, Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai, Shri Rupanu Gauriya Guru Varga Ki Jai, Śrī Navadvīpa-dhāma Ki Jai, Shri Koladip Ki Jai, Shri Panchaveni Ki Jai, Shri Samudragar Ki Jai, Shri Champahati Ki Jai, Shri Jayadev Gosvāmī Ki Jai, Shri Padmavati Devi Ki Jai, Shriman Nityananda, Shri Jiva Gosvāmī Pad Ki Jai, Shri Dvijavaninath Ki Jai, Shri Gita Govinda Ki Jai, Shri Navadvīpa-dhāma Parikramā Ki Jai, Śrī Navadvīpa-dhāma-māhātmya Ki Jai, Śrīla Satchidananda Bhaktivinoda Ṭhākura Ki Jai, Ananta Shri Harinam Sankirtan Ki Jai, Swaparshad Shri Gaur Hari Ki Jai, Ananta Koti Vaishnava Vrinda Ki Jai, Samagata Gaur Bhakta Vrinda Ki Jai, Shinitai Gaur Premanande Hari Hari Bol. Vrindai Tulsi Devai Priyai Keshavashachar Krishna Bhakti Pada Devi Satyavataya Namo Namaha. Vancha kalpatarubhyascha kripa sindhubhyeva cha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namaha. Do you want to see the kirti? Sounds. Sorry about that. So what I was saying is I'm going to be going out on tomorrow is our Sankalpa day, and I'm going to be going out on Parikramā. And so, yeah, I was saying so much. Yeah, so I'm going to start going out on Parikramā. So I'm going to be starting earlier, maybe at 6 o'clock, either 6 o'clock or 6:30. I don't know what. So for Ganga Didi, that's going to be like 1:30 in the morning or 2 o'clock in the morning. That's way too early, I know. So please don't get up that early. Please, if you could watch later on. But yeah. So I think 6 o'clock would be good. And then I finish at 7, then I leave, and I'll catch up with the party later. So. All right, Dandavat Pranams, everybody. Thank you so much for joining me. Dandavat Pranams, Rukmini Didi. And Hari Priya Didi Kishore, Padurna Prabhu. So many devotees here. Dandavat Pranams, Hari Bol. So wait, one second. Right now I've been starting at 7:30. So I'm going to be starting either an hour earlier or an hour and a half earlier. All right, Hari Bol. Let me know what you think of the 5th part of the Gurudev documentary that we made also.